Crypto.XL, where we uncover the hidden gems of the crypto market. Are you ready to discover the next big thing in investing? Get ready to embark on an exhilarating journey with us as we hunt for small-cap coins with the potential to explode. Join us as we dive deep into the world of small-cap cryptocurrencies, exploring their untapped potential and uncovering opportunities for growth that could turn your investment into a fortune. Whether you're a seasoned investor looking for the next big winner or a newcomer eager to learn the ropes, Crypto.XL is your ultimate destination for insightful analysis, expert tips, and the latest trends in the small-cap crypto market. Remember, this is not financial advice. Only invest money you can afford to lose. Don't miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime. Hit that subscribe button and join us on this thrilling adventure to uncover small-cap gems that could skyrocket your portfolio to new heights. Let's make 50-100x gains together.
And we're live. Good day, guys. This is Crypto.XL, back today with more crypto updates and news. And as predicted, the Ethereum ETF has passed Crypto.XL.
What is your take, though, on the argument, and especially around crypto, but other things as well, that rather than create new rules or even new laws that might have to be put into effect, that you have effectively regulated through legislation? I mean, that is a huge...
We don't legislate.
No, I understand that you don't legislate, but that rather than have legislation or push for legislation or even implement rules that could be with real sort of bright lines, if you will, that what's happened here, especially in the crypto world, is that it's been done through the form of legislation. I mean, not legislation, through lawsuits, effectively.
So what we are a law enforcement agency, and Congress set us up to be both. We oversee the markets. We approve all those registrations when people go public and so forth. But we also, that's 700 plus times a year, bring actions. We have to go in front of a judge and sometimes juries.
Okay, so this is SEC Chair Gary Gensler, and right now the SEC is under a lot of hot water, a lot of pressure. Basically, they put out a bunch of lawsuits in the past that are now coming to a conclusion in the courts, and they've been losing case after case. So it means that a lot of the fight against crypto is going to be winged back, because we also have presidential candidates now being pro-crypto. Trump was pro-crypto, and now Harris is pro-crypto, or trying to seem pro-crypto. What that means to us is basically that the pump is going to go on. It's going to be a massive pump. And also, just so you know, regardless of who becomes the president of the United States, according to the 4-year cycle and the charts and the monetary policy, the U.S. monetary policy, we're going to be going up anyway. Because the last time in 2021, Biden was the president, and we went astronomically high.
So now it brings it back to this new innovation. And what Satoshi Nakamoto did, we're almost at October, so it's almost the 16th anniversary, 16th birthday of Bitcoin, right? And it's an innovation. But innovations don't long thrive if they don't also build trust. I mean, the automobile wouldn't have survived if you didn't have traffic lights, if you didn't have stop signs, and even cops on the road to make sure there weren't accidents. And so that's part of our role as being cops on the beat, and the rules are about the traffic lights to make sure. So in crypto...
Gary Gensler was having lunch with Sam Bankman-Fried. So he was in on it, as far as I'm concerned. FTX has caused a tremendous amount of pain, and it's led to a lot of suicidal people. When you have to imagine, like, some of these people convinced their parents to liquidate their 401k and put it into FTX. While all of this was going on, the watchdog that was in charge of protecting consumers was having lunch with the biggest financial criminal in crypto that has ever existed. So no matter what is being said here, you know that he aided and abetted a criminal. Okay? So this is not about, it's not about Democrat or Republican, anything like that. This is about your freedom. And people like him, others like him, are against you and against you having freedom. Your free will. If you look at American history, the Boston Tea Party, they rebelled against paying a very small tax on tea. There was a revolution for that. There was a war for that. And now, well, the job that these folks like this are doing is keeping people complacent, keeping them docile, and turning them into sheep while they continue to rob you of your time and your freedom. So am I pro Bitcoin? Yeah, I'm pro Bitcoin. I am. And you should be too. You should be pro crypto. And if you're watching this channel, well, you probably are pro crypto. But this is just the beginning. You see, what they've realized is that they can't stop it. They can't contain it. What they're really trying to do is try to somehow get some control of it, they're trying to be a fiduciary that you go through to get to crypto. So it'll slow down what's going to happen, but what's going to happen is inevitable because you cannot stop technology. Technology is going to always be the thing that people end up choosing, right? It's like going against the wheel because you don't like it. Fighting against a computer because you think it wasn't necessary. Fighting against a cell phone because why do you need that for? You can go and see people face to face. You don't need to call people miles away. Fighting against the internet. They said the internet was a fad that is only used for illegal activity and weird stuff. And look at us today. It's the same thing that's happening with crypto. People are fighting it, and the folks that are fighting it are the folks that are going to be left behind. Make sure that's not you. But you want to know, how do I make money from it? That's great. All right. You want to know, how do you make money from it? So in front of you right now is the Patreon portfolio. And we're looking at the 24-hour gains in this portfolio. And as predicted, things are falling into plan. Oh, also, let it be known, I say this on many videos, you should know by now that none of this is financial advice. It's just my opinion on the market. So in the Patreon portfolio, Cap Gains is up 40%, Shrapnel is up 32%, Mary is up 29%, QORPO up 20%, Playable Games 20%, and the list goes on and on. You have to remember that we were acquiring these cryptos during the downturn, right? Things were looking really, really bad, and we were just scooping them up, right? So what this means is that when we go up, on the way up, we have a long runway where we could take profits when we're ready to. So one of the biggest parts of crypto is your entry, right? You have to get your entry right, because by getting your entry right, you lower your risk. And it allows you to, again, take some profits early, right? Maybe you take some profits early and you leave some on the side in USDT. And should we have a huge wick to the downside, you'll have money there to buy this wick, right? I would never recommend for someone to keep all of their money in crypto. It's just not a good feeling when the market dumps 30% and your entire net worth is in crypto, or a big portion of it. So it's not smart. It's always a good idea, I would say, to keep 30% of cash on the side. Whatever percentage that you keep on the side, it should be based on your risk tolerance. But it makes sense to have something on the side, because it's nice that we're getting green days now, but how crypto is, we know that bull markets are volatile and that we have 30% drawbacks, and that could happen at any moment. But congratulations to the Patreons who were accumulating during all of those messages that I sent about what I was picking up. And do remember also to manage your risk. And I'm not a financial advisor. You're just watching what I'm doing. And this is for learning and education and entertainment purposes also, right? But yeah, the portfolio is looking really good. The weekly is looking really good. The weekly is higher than the daily because we're in an uptrend, and we were buying the bottom, right? So we're buying the bottom and we're in an uptrend. What if Myriad from here goes to another 40x or some ridiculously high number, right? That means your entry would have set you up for another year. You would not have any stress. There's going to be people coming into the market 9 months from now stressed out, highly stressed out, because they put so much money in the market, and every 10% move, is going to be thousands of dollars, right? So congratulations to you if you were paying attention. I know that the amount of people watching crypto it's pretty low. It's just starting to tick back up right now, but it was very, very low. So congratulations to you if you were DCA in and you weren't watching the FUD. Now, if you look at the crypto bubbles, it's mostly green. You're going to see a lot of green. You're going to see that the market is waking up. Bitcoin is currently at 65K. And, I hope that it holds a 65K as support, because if it does, then we have a nice clear shot going up to 70K. This one's up 277%. Wow. Nice. So as I move down the list, this is from 600 to 700, 700 to 800. That's the rank in altcoins. You're going to see some ridiculous percentage points. If we get down to the top 100, let's see what's performing here. So for top 100, this is on a monthly. Tau is one of my favorite. So is Sui. Sui's up 87% on the monthly. Even Hex, they thought Hex was dead. Hex is still alive, guys. Look. Maker down, I'm surprised it's down 25%. It's a big hit. Top 200, Nero, 2,000%. I'm not going to buy a 2,000% pump. I don't know about you guys, but I don't do that. Pretty much the market in general, the market is doing well. Market's doing really well. Andy's up 124% on the monthly. And this is what I mean by just buying the dips, right? And you don't have to put that much in on the dips. You could just put a little bit in. You don't have to skip lunch because I need to buy the dip, so I'm just going to put everything I have in there. You don't have to do that. You just put a little bit in. And the DCA strategy, I think, is the best strategy. And I want to explain the DCA strategy. So when you're DCAing, you don't have to put the DCA into an actual project. You could DCA into USDT, and you just keep building your USDT position until you see a big dip in the market. And when that big dip happens, that's when you jump in, just like that, and you make a big return in the long run. So looking at Bitcoin, as I mentioned before, we actually wicked above the prior high right here. I just to be clear, guys, this is very important. I want to show you what's happening in the chart. This is what's important here, right? Now, you can see since March of 2024, we've had a long series of lower highs, right, up to September. From March to September, it's 6 months, right? We've had lower highs, right? And we've had lower lows. So that's a downtrend, right? That's a downtrend. This downtrend is coming from a pole, an ascending line going up. So this is a flagpole, right? So they call this a bullish flag, right? It's a bullish flag. So this line right here, this long diagonal line, when this breaks out from this descending pattern, that's where they project that Bitcoin is going to be. I might have to adjust the chart a little bit because it's hard to see, and I know I'm like on the entire screen. So basically, with this pattern, trend line. With this pattern, it's basically, you see this long extended line. When we break out to the upside, that's how long it's going to be. That's how high we're going to go once we break out, right? So that is above 100,000. That's way above 100,000, approximately 130,000. That's where we'll end up. Now, it won't happen right away, okay? And this is only one thing that I'm looking at. There's other factors also that you could look at to show that we're in a really bullish pattern. I'm going to switch up the chart, but before I do, I also want to mention that we've reached a higher low. Okay, so this last low here on the 5th of August is now been taken out by a higher low, which was on the 6th of September. What we're attempting to do is to make a higher high also. Now, it seems like we've just barely gotten a little bit higher than our last high, which was the 25th of August. But we need to close. Actually, this is a daily chart. We actually did close. We just barely closed with a solid candle above the previous high. So the last high so now we have a higher low than before, and we have a higher high on a daily. Okay, so this is on a daily, and this is on a descending pattern. So which means that this could spell the start of a trend reversal. That's what it means. So at this point, if we continue, we hit a trend reversal. And the next price to look out for that we have to contend with is actually, it's actually pretty close. It's not that far away from here. It's about actually 68,300. And then once we break that, whenever we break that, the next price after that we have to take a look at and contend with is 74,000. 74,000 was the last high. So let me zoom out a little bit and go into monthly so I can see that the recent high that we've had. All right, that's a little bit better so we can see it. Yeah, because I do want to talk about a few things on this chart too. So let me pull it up here, zoom in a little bit or shrink it down a little bit. So as I was saying, the high here, all-time high is 74,000 approximately. So 74K, right? We're in a bull flag, right? So this ascending line, diagonal ascending line going up, and then this pattern started forming from March. This descending pattern started forming in March. The flag started forming in March. Once we break out of here and we check 68,300, the next stop after that is 74,000. So the real fireworks start once we break 74K. Once we break 74K, by then altcoins are going to be doing really, really well. But once we break it with force and conviction, And the reason I'm talking about breaking these prior resistance levels, the reason why I'm mentioning them right now is because of where we are in the 4-year cycle. If you look at the halvings, right? Here's a halving here, halving here, halving here. We just had a halving recently. In April, we've had a halving. If you look at the halvings, a few months after the halvings, to be exact, in October, this is October of 2020. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months after the halving. We went completely parabolic. We went insane. We went way up. We went way up, but we went way up fast, right? So this is October. Let me get my measuring tool here. And this is approximately 500%. Maybe let's do that again. I want to make sure I'm as accurate here as we can be. So yeah, this is, around 530%. So that was from October. So that was the last halving, 6 months after the last halving. The time before that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This took a lot longer, but yeah, this one took a lot longer. I'd have to zoom in. But the bottom line is this: October is when the fireworks start, and October is 5 days from now is October. So I'm expecting something to happen. Now, October, even if October is not as explosive as we expect, I'm still expecting higher highs, right? And then look what happens the next month. September, you're still higher than you were in October. And then December, you're way higher than, look in December versus in September, there's a huge difference, right? So the percentage from the last bull market, my mind was someplace else. The percentage from the last bull market is 173%. It's almost 200%, right? In just a few months. So no, I'm not saying we're going up 200% right now in just a few months. What I'm saying is that I'm expecting big gains to come within a few months. That's what I'm saying. And I'm also saying that should the pattern continue to repeat as it has been, the pattern's just been repeating, should that happen, I expect astronomical gains within the next 3 months, right? And to make it completely clear what I'm saying, if you look at the entries that we've been getting on these altcoins, all right, guys, I'm going to pull up one of my favorite projects, right? To let you know, this is going to be one of my favorite projects. I've been mentioning this coin for a very long time. I was picking some up down here, and it went back. No, it didn't go all the way back to down here, but it went extremely low. As you've seen these coins have had a massive pullback. And just to let you know, you see when the price point comes down here to 2 cents, 2.5 cents, 2.3 cents. I don't know how else to say it, because if it's 0.024, 0.023, when the price starts coming back here, this is when there's all the FUD. So I want to bring this to your attention so you pay attention to it. When everyone's fudding a project, when everyone's saying, oh, it's horrible, you guys need to do this, why isn't the team doing that, what's going on with this, and that's the time when you accumulate. You don't need to chime in, you don't need to give your 2 cents, you accumulate. Especially if it's this project, right? Or projects like this. Wait, not financial advice, just my opinion, learning and educational purposes, right? So this is when I accumulate. When everyone is down on the project, everyone doesn't like it. And, that being said, it has to be a project that you believe in, right? So make sure you do your own research and you find projects that you believe in, that you think are going to make it throughout this bull market, because that's how you make the most amount of money. No one is going to sell you the golden calf or the goose that lays the golden eggs for 2 cents. No one's going to sell you that. They're going to give it to you when they think it's garbage, when it's trash. But if you know that that thing that they're getting rid of is valuable, give them the 2 cents, right? And accumulate and be patient. This market works by money flowing from the inpatient to the patient. So if you're patient and you're accumulating, you're in a really, really good position. And if the price goes lower, that means that you get more for your money. You shouldn't be upset about that. If you know what you're holding, okay, you have to know what you're holding. That's step number one, right? Step number one should be making sure that you have cash on the side. So have a plan where you're setting DCAing and setting up USDT on the side until the opportunity strikes. Step number two is know which projects are on your hit list. Step number three is to DCA in on solid projects when they're in the red, like this, or like here. Like if you look at the monthly, look at all this. This is all this time that there could have been accumulation. And we're still in the accumulation zone because it's only 3 cents right now. This is all accumulation right here. So when DexCheck goes to some astronomical price, I knock on wood, I'm not, $1.50, $2. I don't know where it can go, guys. I don't know. What I will say is that a 10x from here, I'm looking at the fully diluted market cap. I think by the time the bull run's over, let's say the bull run is Q4 2024, that this fully diluted will be somewhere around 20 million, right? So if you were to 10x that would be 200 million, and you're still not at the all-time highs of CeDeFi, right? CeDeFi was about 360 or 400 million. So you'd have to 10x that, and you have to double that to get back to where CeDeFi was recently, right? So that would be a 20x, right, to get to CeDeFi's market cap at that time, right? And then, as I stated before, within the last 8 years, we've doubled our money supply. It's literally twice as much, right? So that means that launch pads have a possibility, the number one launch pad has a possibility of 2xing the fully diluted market cap of the last all-time high. So that puts it at 800 million, right? It's possible. No one knows the complete valuation of a project or where it's going to go, but I mention that because I see the potential. So if that's possible, that means we might be looking at 40x here on DexCheck, especially if you were able to buy like down here at this price. But guess what, guys? My Patreons were able to buy down at this price if they followed the buy alerts, if they followed what I was doing. Again, I'm not giving anybody financial advice. Crypto is very risky and you can lose all your funds. That all being said, I'm a risk taker, and what's right for me might not be right for you. Make sure you manage your risk. This is a small cap coin, right? I'm looking to do multiple X's on a coin like this, right? I'm shooting for the moon, the complete moon. Now, my sell strategy has to do with an overlay of the 4-year cycle of Bitcoin, right? So I might take a little bit out Q1 of next year, but there's a good chance I'm going to have a lot of it in going all the way into Q4 of next year, because I'm still into the 4-year cycle. I'm going to be holding crypto in Q4 of next year. And no one can time the top. I'm not claiming to time the top. But what I am claiming to do is to make smart strategic moves in this market based on a 4-year cycle. And I'm going to follow my plan, regardless of what price does, right? If at certain points when I have my DCA strategy, I'm not looking at price actually. I'm looking at time. My DCA is based on time. My DCA out, DCA in is based on time. Also, when I see this, you see this big pool of red? I'm accumulating. And I don't really care what the market's doing, what the news is. I'm just accumulating. It's red. That's all I need to know. And it's a lot lower than all-time highs or where we were just a little bit a while ago. So you see this little molehill right here, this little hill. What is going to happen is that we're going to see a complete eclipse of this little blip that you see on the chart. This little blip right here is going to be completely eclipsed. And just to pull up a coin to give you an example of the potential of what could happen, I'm going to pull up something like a BNB. And you're like, well, BNB and DexCheck, they're completely different projects. Why are you even looking at them? Well, because I'm trying to show you what happens in the bull market. So this is the 2021 bull market. I want to just zoom in. Kind of put myself on the spot. I don't even know if it's going to work, and I started doing it anyway. But okay, let's look at 2017. You see this right here? You see how high it went? It went from nothing. It went from 13 cents to $22. This right here is somebody's bull market. That's someone's bull market. So what I'm trying to say, you see DexCheck? It's possible this could be like a DexCheck chart, right? Because it went from nothing, and you saw that molehill. We currently just experienced a molehill right here. And people are like, man, wow, that's good pumps, right? Like, this is great. And then it went all the way back down. And this went from, by the way, that's $22, went from $22 to $7, right? And then it had another pump, and this pump went all the way up to $37, right? So it went from $6 to $37, right? So this is what we're dealing with here with DexCheck and the like. We're dealing with these pumps here that we think are the pump of the coin, and that's it. They're just going to pump to this or a little bit. Maybe it goes 30% more. We're like, wow, it did really good, right? As time goes on, I'm going to keep on moving my chart over. You remember that $37, guys? The $37, $676 in the 2021 bull market. This was the last bull market, the one before the one we're in now. So it went from the $6 to $676. So what I'm trying to say is I don't know what the price of DexCheck is going to be, but if it does anything similar to how the cryptos in the prior cycle performed, buying a coin when it does this, when it capitulates and it goes back to 2 cents, right? This is the daily, when it goes, so it was 0.028 today, right? But on the weekly, it went to 0.024. Buying it here lowers my risk, because if it does that, if the history of the coin, if this hill is about a 10x from here, if this is just a little molehill, a blip, that means that the real price is somewhere way up there, somewhere way up to the right, way up there. Okay, and guess what? I'm going to be here for that. I'm going to be here for that. And in the meantime, I could enjoy the projects that they release on DexCheck, getting multiple 40x's, right? And congratulations to the Patreon that are here with me and that are enjoying this journey. And I think that in the future, we're just going to be able to kick back, put our feet up and just relax and just chill and just enjoy the ride, because our risk is not going to be like someone coming in, July of 2025. We're not going to have that anxiety and that pressure and the tension and the stress and, oh my God, it's down 40%. And you're taking massive hits when you're down at 40%. The reason being is that we were accumulating here in the red zone. So when this thing skyrockets and goes way up, well, we'll be all the way up, right? So the Patreon's doing well, or projects are killing it. We've received multiple 40%. We're up 100% on some of these projects on the weekly. And I do believe that this is just the beginning. So when we have pullbacks, and we will have pullbacks, we're going to have 30% pullbacks, 40% pullbacks. We're going to have massive pullbacks. When we have pullbacks, if you hold on to your position and maybe you DCA in a little bit on the pullbacks, if you've been taking tiny bits of profit, you don't have to take that much profit. But if you've been building up your USDT, your stack on the side, I would DCA in on those pullbacks. I can't tell you what to do. I'm just telling you what I would do. Okay, this is not financial advice. Crypto is risky. But I think there are very beautiful glory days ahead. I'm going to remain stoic, remain calm, because the way I see it is everything that's falling right into play, falling right into the position it's supposed to be. And this right here is a taste of what's to come, right? I'm not worried about this, right? The only thing I'm worried about when I see this is, did I get enough? Do I have enough? That's how I get worried. When we're up here, I'm like, maybe I'll just take a little bit of profit. I'm not going to get out of the position because, as I told you, from what I'm expecting this to skyrocket. That's what I'm expecting. And if it happens, I'll be here for it, right? This is Crypto.XL. Remember to manage your risk. Crypto is risky. I didn't say that anything was guaranteed. Okay, don't put your rent money in there. I never said that, right? Take responsibility, manage your risk, be stoic, have a plan, DCA in, DCA out. Make sure you have exchanges. Make sure you have as many exchanges as you need because things are about to get mad. All right? Enjoy. Peace.
Welcome to Crypto.XL, where we uncover the hidden gems of the crypto market. Are you ready to discover the next big thing in investing? Get ready to embark on an exhilarating journey with us as we hunt for small cap coins with the potential to explode. Join us as we dive deep into the world of small cap cryptocurrencies, exploring their untapped potential and uncovering opportunities for growth that could turn your investment into a fortune. Whether you're a seasoned investor looking for the next big winner or a newcomer eager to learn the ropes, Crypto.XL is your ultimate destination for insightful analysis, expert tips, and the latest trends in the small cap crypto market. Remember, this is not financial advice. Only invest money you can afford to lose. Don't miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime. Hit that subscribe button and join us on this thrilling adventure to uncover small cap gems that could skyrocket your portfolio to new heights. Let's make 50-100x gains together.
And we're live. Good day, guys. This is Crypto.XL, back today with more crypto updates and news. And as predicted, the Ethereum ETF has passed